Good evening. This afternoon, the Queen did me the great honour to ask me to form a government. I have accepted this duty. The occasion is a sad one for me, brought about as it is by the retirement of my old and very dear friend, Anthony Eden. Sir Anthony first attained one of the highest offices of the state, the Foreign Secretaryship, 21 years ago. For many of the intervening years, both in and out of office, he has given himself to the service of the people of this country. Now these years of hard work and endeavour have taken their toll of his health and strength. He is therefore felt unable to continue. I am sure there isn't any one of you who would not join with me in wishing him good health and a speedy recovery. I am now engaged in forming a government. I hope to present the list for Her Majesty's approval in a few days' time. We have a difficult task before us in this country, all of us, and it will need our courage and our strength. And we shall need the sympathy and the goodwill and understanding of everyone in the country, whatever their party or beliefs. We shall have that sympathy, and I'm certain that with the efforts of all, we can succeed.
Well, this is Robin Day in number 11 Downing Street, where 10 minutes ago the Prime Minister spoke the message you have just seen. And when the Prime Minister moves into number 10 Downing Street, he will take with him two very treasured personal possessions which he has allowed me to show to you. And they're these. First, this picture. This is the croft in the Isle of Arran where Mr. Harold Macmillan's grandfather lived. And this is something different. This is a message from Sir Winston Churchill to the War Cabinet during the war. Strictly confidential. In these dark days, the Prime Minister would be grateful if all his colleagues in the government, as well as high officials, would maintain a high morale in their circles, not minimizing the gravity of events, but showing confidence in our ability and inflexible resolve to continue the war till we have broken the will of the enemy to bring all Europe under his domination. No tolerance should be given to the idea that France will make a separate peace. But whatever happen on the continent, we cannot doubt our duty, and we shall certainly use all our power to defend the island, the empire, and our cause. WSC, 29th of May, 1940. And where Mr. Macmillan, the new Prime Minister of Great Britain, goes, these two possessions go with him.
Well, I'm quite delighted to hear that Mr. Macmillan has been made Prime Minister. I think he'll be suitable. I think he's a strong man, and sort of man who can cope with the problems we've got today.
What do you think his first job as Prime Minister should be?
I think that his first job is to be strong with Egypt, to be strong with our relations with America. I think above all he's got to give us get a world opinion which gives us repute and encouragement before our fellow nations.
Do you think he should hold a general election?
No, I don't. Not on any account at all.
What do you think of Mr. Macmillan's appointment as Prime Minister?
I think it's a very good show.
Why do you think that?
Well, because I've known the gentleman for a good many years and worked here for him, and I find that he's a man for the right job.
A year ago, the Conservative Party were doing very well. They had my support, but over the last year, I think it's been pretty frightful. And I think the best thing they could do is to get out and give the public a chance to select someone else. I think that at the moment that the policy of the party is absolutely hopeless.
If they don't go to the country, do you think the Labour government should do everything it can to make them withdraw?
Yes, I think so. Yes, I think you're quite right there. It is, as an opposition, it is their job to oppose. And I think at this time it is particularly the job of the Labour Party to do just that.
You like to see Mr. Gates still as Prime Minister?
Yes, I think he should be here at this time instead of galloping around America.
Are you glad Mr. Macmillan is the new Prime Minister?
Well, it depends whether he supports the late Prime Minister's policy or not.
Did you approve of Sir Anthony's policy?
Yes, I approved of it insofar as he held to his intervention, but I was sorry that he withdrew.
Would you have rather Mr. Butler was Prime Minister?
No.
Do you think Mr. Macmillan should hold a general election to get a vote of confidence?
Yes.
What should his first task be if the country sends him back?
To open the Suez Canal.
What do you think Mr. Macmillan should do as Prime Minister?
Well, I think this situation at the moment with the Conservative policy is absolutely hopeless. I would prefer to see a socialist party in power.
You want a general election?
Yes, I would prefer a general election.
Pleased that Mr. Macmillan's the Prime Minister?
Well, I don't really know. I'm very sorry that Sir Anthony Eden's gone.
Did you
But,
have any preferences between Mr. Macmillan and Mr. Butler?
Well, I would have liked Butler, I think.
Why would you have
Perhaps.
preferred him?
Well, I think he's a very good man.
I think the appointment of Mr. Macmillan does indicate that we have now someone in power with an economic background, a knowledge of the economic situation, as opposed to one who spent his life on foreign affairs.
But that also applied to Mr. Butler.
Yes, but Macmillan, having been Chancellor of the Exchequer and with his experience in housing and home affairs generally, I would say that he ought to pull the team together, as we all hope he
What do
will.
you think he should do as his first job?
Well, now let me think that's rather difficult to answer on the spot.